Hi Cancer, this is your reading for January 2019. Please set aside anything that you're doing so you're not multitasking, and all of your awareness and presence is here with me for the reading. Relax your posture, focus on your breathing for a few moments, and use this time to release any tension or anxiety that you might be feeling and come into a calm, quiet center. Check in with your higher self and your guides and ask them to reach out to my higher self and to my guides so that we can create a feedback loop of information to make sure that you're getting very clear and relevant messages, especially tailored for you. Okay. There's 3 4s here in the reading, Cancer. You're also showing up here in your own reading with the Chariot card in the position of hopes and fears, but it's in reverse here. I'll start at the center of the reading in this central axis, starting from what's in your subconscious at the foundation here. This is what you don't know, and this is what you know. So what it's saying here through the center of the reading is that you are, you probably could be feeling a little bit withdrawn because you have at the foundation the 4 of Pentacles, which if you look at the image of in the card and sort of feel what this card might be about from the image, you can see that the character here is kind of holding back, a little withdrawn, consolidating themselves in their energy. And the Hermit is kind of a similar energy. The Hermit from the Major Arcana is talking about quiet meditation, feeling a little bit withdrawn and isolated, but in a way that is very empowered, where you are taking time to look within for the light and find solutions in the quiet, meditative spaces where you are accessing your higher self and your guidance and your wisdom. At the foundation though, seeing it come up here in the version of the 4 of Pentacles, it feels a little bit like you are kind of withdrawing in a way to kind of protect yourself. Perhaps you're realizing that maybe this is a time where you really need to reassess your boundaries. Maybe you've been feeling a little bit tapped by people around you. This is really interesting. I just noticed here the cards at the center of the reading are all upright, and all the rest of the cards in the spread are in reverse. So energetically, what I can take from that, or what it feels like to me, is that you're being urged, if you haven't done this already, or if you're not already doing it, you're being urged to kind of establish a new central kind of core channel of energy from your crown chakra through to the root chakra, and really establish a really grounded and connected energetic stream of consciousness from source and anchored and grounded into the earth. And all this other energy around you, that's like all these cards in reverse here, it feels to me like this is a time where you are being urgently required to assess all the activities and people that you're involved with that feel like they are really not your issue, not your problem. This says to me that there is a lot of energy that is going out from you into places where you need not be putting your energy. It says here that you're needing to really establish new boundaries that are clear and defined, and create a new threshold of your own sense of where you end and where others begin, so that you're not constantly feeling like people are tapping you for your energy, for your time, for your resources. And I feel that a large part of this has to do with you. First of all, really eliminating any delusions that you have, first of all, because some of this may be coming from you garnering a sense of self-esteem and self-worth from how other people see you, and how other people see you might be connected to what you can do for them. So I think this is about establishing a greater sense of clarity of your own self-worth that's independent of what you do for other people and how other people view you. Hermit, Seven of Cups. Six of Wands reversed with the Seven of Wands reversed. Both of these here are saying that to me too, where it's like your sense of self, your sense of feeling successful and victorious and proud and seen by other people might be way too much dependent on how other people view you as far as what you can do for them. And this is saying that you need to reassess your own engagement in that kind of collecting of value and self-worth from other people, and find your own sense of self-esteem within, using the power of the hermit, using the energy of the archetype of the hermit, going within, finding quiet space, quiet time to just really nurture the self and love the self exactly as it is right now, without feeling the need to please other people or help other people or satisfy other people's needs in order to feel seen, in order to feel valued, in order to feel important, in order to feel special. This is about eliminating all of that so that you can come into this central core axis of your own being, connected to all that is, and not try to get your self-worth from how other people see you by needing you. So, I think that the really important part of this process is described by these four upper cards here in the reading. So you have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse with the Chariot in reverse. And then here you have the Seven of Swords in reverse with the Hierophant in reverse. What I feel is here is... I mean, this Seven of Swords is really clear for me. And with the Hierophant, what I feel is here is that you need to be really honest with yourself. I think you've been kind of misleading and cheating yourself a little bit by allowing this to go on, and by taking self-worth from other people's perspective. This is about you clarifying that energy and putting down all of that need for accolades or being perceived by others in a certain way. This is about your honesty. This is about your honesty. And the Hierophant is about, again, your own personal connection with source, with the universe, with love, with whatever you call that. And committing to your own journey of self-healing through self-love, by your own willingness to be determined to resolve this situation, because I feel this is an ongoing story that you really urgently need to address. And I feel like all these cards showing up here in reversals around this central axis of clarity. I mean, you have I didn't say this yet, but you have the Star card at the center of the reading in the upright position, crossed by the Four of Cups. So what I feel is here is that the Star card and the Hierophant card, even the Hermit card, are all saying something similar here in context to each other, which is, this is about you healing, cleansing, resolving, releasing, restoring your own personal energy field by extracting all these threads of people who you have kind of formed attachments and bonds with based on what you can do for them, and you getting power from that by how they see you, by how they need you, by how they expect from you, and coming back to this space of total, clear, pure vulnerability of your own connection to spiritual energy, to your own spiritual energy, to your own light, and finding your sense of self-worth from within, and have it be nothing to do with the way other people see you. I feel the Hierophant here is speaking to you, your need to perhaps purify any kind of unhealthy or twisted or manipulated ideas or thought forms about how the world works. I'll try to make that more clear. I know that was very vague. Because the way I read the Hierophant card is that I mean, there's a lot of ways I read the Hierophant card, but in the context here, I feel like that what it's talking about is this sort of sense of channeling energy, universal life force energy from the universe. But one of the ways that the Hierophant can play out in a lower polarity kind of a way is where like this character is some type of religious person, right? And in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, you normally have two acolytes here in the front of the card, kind of facing up towards this person. And the way I feel like the sort of the negative or the lower polarity of the Hierophant is that there is this sense that one needs a person of authority to access God. So how I'm seeing this here is that you've put certain concepts and ideas in between you and the truth of the reality, which is that you are already whole and you are already valuable and adored and perfect and loved as you are, independently of having all these people that you get that love from by how they need you or how they perceive you. I know I've said that over and over again, but I hope that it's clear. I hope that part of it is clear. And then in this position of the hopes and fears, you have the Chariot in reverse with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And the Chariot is your own card. The Chariot is represented by the Cancerian astrological sign. And I feel that the message of these two cards in this position is to say that this is a process of cleaning up. This is a process of elimination, of purification, and what's required of you is your dedication and commitment to yourself, to loyalty to yourself, to patience for your process, for your journey. And it's also at the same time, paradoxically, saying that you are already that. There's nothing to strive for. There's no place to work towards. You are already that. I think the message of the Hierophant card here, and even the Chariot, your own card here, is saying there's nothing you need to do to get somewhere, to be whole, to be clear in your energy. You just have to release yourself from these attachments or certain ideas that you may hold to be true, that puts your sense of self-worth behind other people's perception of you. Let's see at the bottom of the deck. Four of Wands reversed, and now you've got another four. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. All of the fours are here. I'll go into that a little more in a second. 10 of Swords. Ace of Wands reversed, and the Lovers reversed. So seeing another 4 come out here, and this time in reverse, I do feel that this is really speaking to, very clearly, to you needing to address the foundation, the established existing, the idea that you have built upon, that is the sense of self that you have created. That needs to be destroyed and rebuilt. I think that's what the 10 of Swords here in the upright is saying. There's a need here to kind of destroy and shatter any kind of sense of self that you've built on in the past, based on all the things that we've already spoken about. And then, I mean, for others of you, these extended cards here may be speaking specifically to a situation where you may be kind of, because you have the Lovers as well with the 4 of Wands in these extended cards, both in reverse. So for some of you, this could be speaking directly to an ending of a relationship with the 10 of Swords there as well. For some of you, this could be the end of a relationship. This could be the decision to file for divorce, or to separate or move away from your partner, to move out of the family home, or to in some way like dissolve or end an existing relationship. For some of you, this may be because of an extramarital affair. It may not be. I feel like there's a recalibration going on here. And so when you come into this alignment that I spoke of at the beginning, where you really find that clear access point of light coming from the universe, coming from within, that grounds you to the earth, that's your real foundation. That's the new grid that you're establishing, is that pure core of light coming from within. then naturally there's going to be a recalibration of all the dynamics that you have with people, and some relationships will naturally fall away because your vibration has changed so much that you don't resonate with the same people anymore. So there could be some rather major upheaval for some of you, but in the best possible way, because if you are coming into this alignment where you are clarifying and purifying and re-establishing your sense of self based on a more real, more pure, more true understanding of your entity, of who you are, your place in the world, then yeah, some people will fall away, some relationships will end. Because you're building a sense of self-confidence and self-love that's grounded in the truth. And so people who've needed you, people who you've had unhealthy relationships with based upon your 1 + 1 = 2 instead of 1 is 1 and 1 is 1 and that makes 3, you know, it's a different kind of energy. So naturally there will be some fallout. Just seeing what else is here. I think it's really important. This 7 of Swords here is extremely important. This is really about you being brutally honest with yourself about the places where you've been, you know, dishonest, where you've taken energy from other people in order to get something from them. In the same way that you've given, you've also taken in the same way. That's the way it works. That's what this 2 of Pentacles is also saying in reverse. There's a kind of unhealthy reciprocity where it's people taking from each other in order to get something rather than giving from the pure place of just generosity, of care, without any need for something in return in exchange for what you've given. So yeah, re-establishing this central core of clarity of your being with a sense of real sense of self-love coming from a true place, an authentic place. I think that the Star card here is really urging you to do this clarification, purification process with the help of the Hermit, saying to take time to yourself, to take time to nurture yourself by enjoying being alone, enjoying spending time in meditation, in quietness, in solitude, in order to release yourself from the bondage of relationships that have felt like you feel tapped, or there's some kind of unhealthy exchange going on with energies, you know, being shared, but in a way where it's not actually a free, genuine giving. It's more like, I'll do this for you and then I get something in return, and vice versa. So purifying, healing, clarifying, becoming reinvigorated by a sense of purposefulness, by what you can release in order to clarify and heal and become more authentically connected to your true nature through a divine connection with spirit in the most purest way. And I think this 4 of Cups here is the crossing card. I feel like the message here for this number 4, and as I said, now you've got 4 4s in the reading. I feel that the 4 of Cups is speaking about the need for gratitude, the need for a certain type of clarity about, you know, understanding how much opportunity you have, rather than feeling disillusioned or feeling, you know, dissatisfied or bored or unhappy because you feel like things aren't working out the way you want. This is about acknowledging how much bounty you have and how much opportunity you actually have, that you're surrounded with, that your whole life is just an endless stream of opportunity waiting for you to kind of make choices, make better choices. I think that's what this is about. It's like making better choices, coming from a place of heightened awareness and understanding about yourself, and coming from a clear place of, you know, feeling that the purity of your connection to life, to spirit, to all, and coming from this place of clarity within, having taken the time to understand the true nature of who you are, and feeling your inner light being bright and radiant, and clearing out confusion and lack of understanding from places where there's like residue or shadow or darkness, and just being really grateful. Being really grateful is such a healing force. Gratitude is the ultimate healing force, I think. But I feel that what's here, or a message that wants to come through here, is that there's no need to rush forward in any kind of, if you feel like there's decisions that you need to make, and that could be suggested here with this Two of Pentacles and even the Four of Cups here, the message is not to rush forward yet in any decision making, because you're still learning who you are. You're still uncovering like the truth of who you are, and what's next for you is still to be revealed. And it's important that you take time here with the Hermit and the Seven of Cups here, even the Four of Swords. I feel this card is reminding you to take time, to be restful, to take your meditative space, to take your personal space, to take time. Take time. Don't rush forward and try to make any actions or decisions to push forward with any personal agenda at this time, because there's still things to be resolved, there's still clarifying to do, there's still purification to do, there's still resolving and releasing and healing to do. Even though, as I said, I know that sounds like a contradiction, because I said earlier that you are already all that, but I'm feeling like the energy is saying, in terms of the physical world, as far as moving forward with the next thing, if you are in this situation here where your relationship is dissolving and you're breaking up or separating, just take time. Just take time, be patient, and don't rush. Just use this time to really enjoy and learn about who you are. Relax, rest, meditate, take time in nature, release your fears. Look at your fears. Look at the dishonesties that you've told yourself, the way that you've built your sense of who you are, and seek to extract those things and purify them and let them go. I feel that's it for the general reading. I'm going to take the Voyager deck now and shuffle to give you a higher octave spread. Please be with me while I shuffle. Take this time to again settle back into a comfortable posture and focus on your breathing. Center your energy and blast the deck with your vibe so that I can get really clear messages for you. The higher octave reading is designed to give us more clarity and information on what's happening on a spiritual, on a karmic level, to help us understand what's going on a deeper level, to really know how best to move forward with grace, with dignity, from a higher perspective. And to be able to make the most of the opportunities that are available to us for our growing and learning. So send your energy into the deck, please. The Emperor, crossed by Death. Ace of Cups, Strength reversed, Six of Crystals reversed, Ten of Crystals reversed, Nine of Crystals, Ace of Worlds reversed, Man of Worlds reversed, Ace of Wands reversed. So 3 aces now in the reading. Woman of Wands, Seven of Wands reversed, Ten of Cups upright, and the Eight of Crystals. Okay. So you have the 8 and the 9 of Crystals here, and the 10 of Crystals, and the 6 of Crystals. So a lot of Crystals energy. Let's see if there's any more crystals. I thought there was. No. So Crystals relates to the Swords element from the Rider-Waite deck. And it has a lot to do with the mind, with thoughts, with ideas, concepts, thinking. So I feel that the message here with all these crystals is, and given that you have, there's a couple upright and a couple reversed, but in general I would say like this is touching on what I said earlier with regards to kind of clarifying the mind, clearing out and extracting ideas which are false, which have been things that you've kind of created your existence upon, and using this time to focus your energy on using all of your experiences as resources, as your kind of education, and allowing all of your experiences to kind of coalesce and synthesize into useful and practical knowledge and wisdom and compassion to move forward with in a way that is more empowering than to just feel as if you've been through such a difficult time and it was painful. Yeah, clarifying the mind, putting things in order, restoring and establishing a kind of fresh state of mind by actually really looking at things from a truthful place, from an honest place, from a higher perspective, in a way that allows you to move forward with a kind of compassionate understanding and a gratitude for your experiences, because they've helped you heal and grow and resolve. Now, at the center of the reading, as I said, you have the Emperor card here, crossed by death. At the foundation, you have strength in reverse, and the crowning card is Ace of Cups. It feels much like what I just described there, where it's like your experiences, while they may have been difficult, are blessings and experiences are things to be grateful for, because that's your education. It's where you glean understanding and compassion and wisdom from throughout life. And it's nothing to avoid or shy away from or seek to change or to undo or reverse or regret or any of those things. The purpose is simply to help you open your heart. Ace of Cups as the crowning card. It's all just experiences to help you nurture yourself and grow through love. Ace of Wands with the Woman of Wands, that's the Queen of Wands here. And then here is the Man of Worlds in reverse with the Seven of Wands in reverse. So, and here is the Ace of Worlds in reverse with the Ten of Cups. This I already kind of spoke on there about clarifying the mind. So, Ten of Cups upright with the Ace of Worlds. And then Ace of Wands upright with the Queen of Wands upright. Even though I said earlier, like, this is not a time to necessarily try to make new things happen or start new things, or, you know, like, try to move forward with a certain type of agenda. I feel like, as I described earlier, this is a time to really just take it all in, be with yourself, enjoy your meditative spaces, take time to be on your own, to enjoy being alone, to seek to uncover the truth through meditation, through your, connection with nature. But the kind of the kind of feeling I'm getting from these aces here in this reading is that it's more about a fresh energy conceptually. It's not necessarily about making something new starting in the world. It's not a physical new beginning. This is more of an emotional and spiritual new beginning, where you feel a sense of renewal, or a sort of a clarity of mind that brings you to a new place, because you have taken time to understand and resolve things, and it brings you to a new understanding that gives you that feeling of a new beginning. But it's not necessarily a new beginning in the physical world. It's just a state of being internally. Now, Man of Worlds reversed with the Seven of Wands in the reverse. This is in the position of hopes and fears. I feel that what's here is a reminder just to, again, not shirk away or shy away from doing this kind of, being in this space where you may be experiencing pain or discomfort or loss, and just be with it. Be with your feelings. Be with all the things that you feel, all the things that you're experiencing and you're going through. It's nothing to try to avoid or shy away from or dodge. Just be with it. Be patient with yourself while you experience these things, as you're kind of processing all these things, and just be grateful for every experience. Be just present with your feelings, and let it just be all human experience, something to really celebrate, because we're so blessed to actually be able to have the chance to experience human form, human existence. And strength here at the foundation of the reading in the reverse position. I feel that this is coming back to a lot about what I spoke on in the general reading with regards to boundaries. I feel that there is a lot going on here for you at the moment, at this time, with regards to re-establishing new boundaries and creating a new threshold of your own sense of where you are in the world with other people and how you interact with others based on any kind of sense of like how you feel needed by others, and how you collect self-confidence based on the way other people perceive you. This is, I think, about really it's just a reminder, another reminder to cultivate self-confidence in the truest sense of actually building it from within, rather than getting it from how other people see you based on what you can do for them or what you represent for them. Let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. Ace of Cups in reverse, Four of Worlds in reverse, so more fours again. Sage of Crystals in reverse and Four of Crystals in reverse, so more fours coming out. I do feel like this is really an important time of like really establishing a new structure, a new foundation for you to create yourself upon, and stripping everything back to really the basics, stripping everything back, undoing all the scaffolding of all the perceptions that you have of yourself, all these ideas that you've built up around yourself, how you see yourself based on how other people see you, or taking seeing the reflection of yourself in other people, but based on their, like, this mismatch of reflections that are not really based on truth, but just on impure perceptions is what I get. And here, Eight of Cups reversed with the man, so it's Sage of Crystals in reverse. I feel that there is something here around, again, like purifying the self based on going back and digging into like the falsities or any kind of unclear motivations or perceptions of yourself based on how other people see you or how other people need you. And this is also more reminders to just clarify and purify the mind and extract and release things that are built on, things that you've built upon that are not necessarily really authentic. It's interesting, yeah, the Four of Crystals again in reverse, which is the same as this Four of Swords in reverse. This is the same energy. So I do feel that boundaries is a really important issue that's showing up here at this time for you. Like re-establishing your boundaries with people, purifying and clarifying your energetic field so that you're not getting involved in situations that feel entangled or mixed up or confusing, because you need to just purify your intentions, purify your energetic field to avoid having complex and unnecessarily dramatic interactions with people. And finally, I think I'll close out here by just talking about the Death card here. This crossing card here at the center of the reading is kind of describing, like, when you say it's a crossing card, it's the challenge, but it's actually your opportunity. It's what you ought to go towards. So the Death card here is saying that this is actually a really major transformation for you in your life. And there's a massive opportunity here available to you to really transform and reinvent yourself and turn the page into a new era of your being, one that is more purified, one that is more authentic, one that is more genuinely you, based on what you're able to release, extract, remove, unhook, dissolve, and purify. So use this time to be really honest. Use this time to really authentically view and observe all the things that come up. Look at the places where you're feeling triggered in different interactions with people, and notice how you feel. Like, rather than being caught up into the emotions of that triggering event, just take a step back and observe and notice how you feel in that interaction, and really seek to understand the truth of where those feelings are coming from and what's actually really there for you to look at. use this time to really study yourself and understand better how you can rise up over and above certain types of reactionary kind of triggers that are places where you feel maybe what's the word? I'm hearing ineffectual. This is time to be really observant. It's a time to be really vigilantly observant over when you're in interactions with people, when you're alone, even when your feelings, different things come up. Like, take the perspective of the ultimate observer and just step back from that situation. And rather than be in the swirling feelings or in the reactions and the triggers, let it unfold, but step back from it and take a moment to observe and notice how you feel about what you're in, and use that information to your best advantage. Like take it, like educate yourself by those experiences and use the energy of those moments to actually understand better what is happening on a subconscious level that you can bring into your conscious awareness by just observing and noticing. That's how you can actually start to make changes in your habituated patterns of unconscious or automated behaviors. It's just to start to notice how you feel. And from those places of observing and noticing, then you can start to become more aware, and that's how change will happen. Okay, Cancer, I think that's your reading for January. It's an honor to read for you. It's my pleasure to read for you. Thanks for being with me. Please subscribe. You can check out some of the other playlists here for readings for you from previous months, or readings for the other signs for January as well. Please do share this if you found it helpful and you think someone else might as well. I look forward to seeing you in next month's reading, and have a fantastic new year.